So for these examples, I'm going to do the first two with you, and then I'm going to give you a couple to try. So they're giving you the diameter of the circle, and they want you to find the radius. So for this one, if the diameter, the full distance, remember total distance diameter, that's how I remember it. If the total distance is 20 and we want the radius, that's half of that. You're just taking the diameter and dividing it by 2, which is what this means. So you're basically cutting it in half or dividing it by 2. So half of 20, or 20 divided by 2, is 10. So therefore, the radius of that circle would be 10 feet. For this one, they're giving you the radius, which is 7 meters, and they want you to find the diameter. So basically, they're giving you half of the distance, and they want you to give the total distance. So in this case, you're going to multiply it by 2 because you want to figure out the total distance. So 2 times 7 is 14. So your diameter is 14 meters. So if it's the diameter and you want the radius, you cut it in half. If it's the radius and you want the total distance, which is the diameter, you multiply it by 2. So you try these two. Now these two are a little bit harder because they're not giving you a picture of the circle. So you really need to know which one's what the diameter looks like and what the radius looks like. So you're going to pause and try these ones. But keep in mind, diameter is total distance. That might help you out. You're finding the opposite of what they gave you. So pause and try these. For this one, now we're going to find the circumference. So if you remember from before, the formula is diameter times pi. So let's see if we could figure this one out. And pi, hopefully you remember, is 3.14. That's the symbol for pi that I drew there. So this is giving us, the first thing you want to do is look at the picture and figure out what number they gave you. So this picture is giving us a line that's only going halfway through it. So that is the radius. So if the radius is 5, we need the diameter for this formula. So if half of the distance is 5, the total distance diameter would be 10, 5 times 2. So now I'm going to do 3.14, which is pi, times 10. So I'm going to do this easily, and just anything times 10 is just that exact number with a 0 at the end. So I'm just going to write 3140, and then figure out where our decimal point goes. There's 2 numbers to the right, so we need 2 numbers to the right in our answer. So 31.40 inches would be your circumference. So remember, diameter times pi. For this one, they want us to use 22/7. It's not really common, so I'm not going to have you do that. We'll just do it the regular way. So they're pointing to this red line, which is going all the way across. So that's already the diameter, so we're good to go. So 3.14 times 28. So diameter times pi. Oops. Okay. So 8 times 4 is 32. Carry the 3. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 3 is 11. Carry the 1. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 1 is 25. Start my next row with a 0. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. Add my 2 rows together. I'm going to do it over here. I get 2, 9, 7, and 8. And I need 2 decimal places because there's 2 that I'm multiplying. So I'm going to put it here. So there's 2 after it. So 87.92 millimeters. So that would be your circumference. So diameter times pi, that's always the formula. 3.14 times whatever the diameter is. Okay, so I'm going to give you one of these to try. Okay, so you're going to pause and try these two. Don't use the 22/7, just do 3.14. So suggestion would be look at the picture first and figure out whether they're giving you the radius or whether they're giving you the diameter. The formula is diameter times pi. So you need the diameter in order to do this. Okay, so pause and try these two. Okay, so now for this one, they want us to find the area of a semicircle. That means a half circle. So the formula is almost the same, only you're dividing it by 2. So the formula is diameter times pi. So this line still going all the way across, even though it's a half circle. So they already gave us the diameter. So we're going to do 3.14 diameter times pi. Okay, so when we do that, we get 24. Carry the 2. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2 is 8. 6 times 3 is 18. 2 decimal places because we're multiplying by a decimal. And now it's half a circle, so we actually have to divide this by 2 because it's only half of a circle. So if I divide this by 2, I just bring my decimal point straight up. 18 divided by 2 is 9. I'm just kind of doing this in my head. 84 divided by 2 is 42. And now that gives me just this half circle portion, so from here to here. So now I got to add a diameter to it again to get the total bottom. So I'm going to do 6.00, so that I can add this nice and neat here. So I get 0.42. So it's 15.42 meters. Okay, last one, try this. So you're just going to find the circumference, which is diameter times pi. They're already giving you the diameter, so this number times pi. Then you want to divide it by 2 because it's only half of a circle, and then you have to add this part of the circle, so add 2 to your final answer. So pause and try that final one.